Live, local, late breaking. This is KEZI 9 News Midday.
Well, good morning. Thanks for joining us for this almost Friday edition of KEZI 9 News Midday. I'm Joey Vaca in for Adam Miranda, joined by Storm Tracker 9 meteorologist Cameron Landfield. And it's been an interesting week for you. I feel like one that puts you sort of in a weird position, like I said earlier, to get all those emails. Why isn't it raining when you told us it was going to rain?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been frustrating. I've had to adjust a lot of my 7-day forecast to say chance of rain on a bunch of days as opposed to just rain, because it's just been a really weird atmosphere we've been in. So you're totally right.
He can only go off of what the models tell him. So please, I don't think you have, but if you're getting any, he's doing his best. He's doing a good job.
Let's go ahead and take a look at what the models are saying right now. Speaking of such, here's our 4 cameras to start things off right now. You can see we're getting a little bit of a cloud break out over Corvallis. So there's still some puffy clouds out there, but there is some sun in between that as well. Eugene, not necessarily getting blessed by the sunshine right now, but there should be a little more coming up later into the day. Today is a little bit more like Tuesday. Then for Roseburg there, seeing a cloud break as well. Now we still do have chances of showers the entire day, so don't put the rain jacket away. It's just a little bit of sunshine going into the early afternoon. And we're sitting in those high 40s, almost 50 degrees for Eugene. Everywhere is getting into those higher 40s as well. Sweet Home a little bit down at 43 right now. And on the coast, we're seeing the upper 40s too. Reedsport a little bit cooler. In fact, moving down to the south, there's a couple cool areas. Elkton, Cottage Grove, and Winston all close to about 45. And then on the coast, still at about 48. And for the high temps today, well, we're nearly there, about 48 to 49. We're not going to get a lot more heat in for the day. About 50 out on the coast, and those clouds, they're going to return. There's a bit of a disturbance that comes in tonight and raises those shower chances to actual rain chances. So I'll show you how the timing of that wraps up with the stormcast in just a few more minutes.
We have new information on the multiple shots that were fired near Willa Gillespie Elementary School Wednesday afternoon. Eugene police say they've arrested 3 people related to the case. EPD says that around 3:30 in the afternoon, they were called for gunshots near the elementary school coming from a blue Ford Explorer involving another car. As officers arrived, the Explorer took off down Delta Highway. A short time later, the Explorer was spotted by both EPD and the Lane County Sheriff's Office. Law enforcement chased the Explorer to a field where the truck became stuck in a creek near Green Hill and Royal. 3 people inside the Explorer were arrested. Eugene police say they arrested 19-year-old Alexander Mullins from Portland, a 17-year-old also from Portland, and 20-year-old Isaac Bartlett of Eugene. Mullins is being charged with attempted assault, unlawful use of a weapon, reckless endangering, tampering with evidence, and eluding. The 17-year-old is also charged with attempted assault, reckless endangering, tampering, and unlawful purchase of a gun. Bartlett was charged for a parole violation. EPD says there were no injuries reported from the initial shooting scene, but a lot of vehicles were hit by bullets. We'll have a more detailed report this afternoon on KEZI 9 News at 4. In a follow-up to the recent ice storm, the Springfield Utility Board is learning what they can do better next time. Both Sub and their customers are using this time to reflect. Prices are quickly starting to add up. From lost income, cleanup, and several areas damaged, one customer says on top of all this, electricity bills have skyrocketed.
It went from about $185 regular late December, early January to an instant about, it was $285 to $300, if I remember correctly, just from being able to share what little we had. We didn't even turn up the heat, we were freezing at night.
Tuesday night, several customers like McNeese had their voices heard loud and clear. Sub's general manager says work is being done to learn and grow after this ice storm, and that means working with community partners. A big takeaway from that listening session held Tuesday night, the board authorized an initial investment of $250,000 to customers for recovery efforts. But where it's all going isn't clear just yet.
We've been doing some outreach to understand what others have or can share with us about what the community needs are. And so we're going to be able to gather that information and then implement a program to find out where that $250,000 could be best allocated.
He told us the after-action report will be released publicly so everyone can understand what was found and what the next steps are. But it'll be a work in progress considering how busy Sub has been. We've also been covering the lengthy internet outages from across the state following the ice storm, and neighbors in Dexter have become part of these unfortunate few to still be without home internet access. KEZI 9 News reporter Noah Chavez spoke with neighbors who say they're questioning why their outage continues to go unsolved.
What has become a well-documented issue remains a serious problem for the people who are using CenturyLink, where in Dexter, neighbors are getting closer to reaching 1 full month without internet. In Dexter, 3 internet providers are used in the area: CenturyLink, Spectrum Internet, and Starlink. 2 of the 3 have already established internet connection, except for one.
Phone service came back on after 4 or 5 days, but CenturyLink Internet has failed to come on yet.
Skip Howell isn't alone in wanting the internet to return. Up and down Rattlesnake Road, neighbors are waiting to eventually have their internet access restored while becoming completely dependent on personal internet hotspots.
We have unlimited, but when they say unlimited, they cut you off at a certain gigabyte, and then they cut the speed by 30%. Or trying to do anything becomes kind of like the old days when you used to have dial-up internet.
House says they understand they are fortunate to be retired and gave CenturyLink the benefit of the doubt for delays in the beginning. However, like so many others living in the area, they feel enough is enough.
All the neighbors up and down the road started a group text, and we're still texting each other saying, anybody hear anything from CenturyLink? And well, no, they say it'll be tomorrow. And
while speaking with neighbors in the area, I spotted hired CenturyLink crews who began to do line work in the area. I did reach out to CenturyLink about this particular internet outage. They responded in saying, quote, "Our teams are working now to repair cables along Rattlesnake Road. We anticipate the work to be completed and services restored by the end of the week."
we laugh, and then the next day they say it'll be tomorrow. And then they say, we don't have an idea, and then the next day it'll be tomorrow. We're still waiting.
Reporting in Dexter, Noah Chavez, KEZI 9 News.
The Greater Albany Public School District has been facing a combination of inflation, trying to update and maintain school facilities, and budgetary issues for years. And while locals know it's not a problem unique to their district or one that has an easy fix, the schools are important to them and they want to see some change. It's a difficult balancing act for a school district desperate for funds. Textbooks are outdated, so are the buildings, and teachers are fighting what sometimes feels like a losing battle to engage and educate students. Albany residents understand the endeavors facing the school district all too well and don't expect an immediate or simple fix here, but they still just want to see kids in the area set up for success.
They've got to have up-to-date books. They've got to have up-to-date, technology and whatever that they need to work with, because otherwise, what are you sending the kids to school for?
Walker attended Albany schools back in 2012, and even 12 years ago, he heard grumblings of budgetary problems. He knows it's not just issues with the district, it's also funding problems from other avenues. But he worries core classes like math, science, and language arts will continue to suffer, and the teachers and students will suffer along with them.